Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy, and today I'm going to be doing a Holiyay gift idea video. And if you don't celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any holiday, these are really great, like, birthday gift ideas, or if you're just wanting to, like, get someone some magic-related items. I whipped up a couple things. I asked on Twitter for some advice. I got some good suggestions that I wanted to talk about in this video, and I actually got a couple of these items for Paul for Christmas, so I kind of wanted to talk about what I did, and because, like, a lot of times it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I just don't want to, like, get someone, like, packs all the time. Like, sometimes I want to be a little bit more creative. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first, I have 5 for you. Also, I have done another one of these gift guides that I will list in the down bar below. I did this one, I believe, last year. And so some of these ideas may overlap, but I did one, like, last year. So the first thing is getting someone a really nice dice pouch. I will list in the down bar below the one, I don't know if the one that I got Paul is still available, but the site that the Etsy shop that I used, by the way, I'm, like, totally not sponsored by any of, like, these companies. I just, like, these were items that I bought that I really wanted to talk about. But anyways, I searched and I was, like, doing a lot of research on, like, finding a specific dice pouch, and I used this Etsy shop called Nerd and Needle, and she does a bunch of, like, not necessarily magic-related dice pouches, but I got Paul, like, a Legend of Zelda one, and it was really cool. It wasn't that expensive, too. It was, like, $15, and then it was, like, shipping was, like, $3 or something, so it really wasn't that badly priced. I love Etsy, so, like, you could just literally type in, like, dice pouch, and, like, a ton of things will come up. And what I really like too about this is you can do, like, multiple sizes, because some people, like, want smaller dice pouches or something. So this is a really great gift idea, and it can definitely be under, like, $15, even, like, $20. So that is my first suggestion. And the second suggestion are sleeves. I feel like you can just never have enough sleeves, and if you're someone like me, you're, like, always building EDH decks and you, like, always need sleeves. My personal favorite sleeves of literally all time are Dragon Shield mats. If you know someone's sleeve style, I would totally get them their favorite sleeves. Those are just what I use, and they're my favorite. They're really great for EDH. What I like too is that they come with extra sleeves too, so if you do, like, split one, which honestly, I'm really trying to think. I don't think I've ever had a Dragon Shield mat split on me, and I think I have them on 3 of my EDH decks, and I've never had one split on me, so let's just, like, knock on some wood there. But they're really good quality, but they do come with a couple of extras too, which is really great, and they're, like, $10, so it's a great stocking stuffer or a great, like, just gift to give with other things as well. The third thing is that someone suggested is playmats. If you know someone's favorite art, there's a really good chance that they make a playmat of it. Another great idea that I wanted to throw in here that I think would be a really cool idea is a mouse pad. And it's so funny, is so I have, like, my desktop in here, which, like, you guys are here, and my desktop's, like, here, and I actually have one of Paul's playmats, because I have my playmat that I use for Magic, I have my other playmat which I use for my I was about to say Chromebook, lol. My kids at school use Chromebooks. So every time I, like, think computers, I'm like, Chromebooks. I'm like, it's not a Chromebook. My laptop in my room, I have a playmat that I use as, like, a mouse pad, and then I have one of Paul's playmats in here. So I'm like, I really need a mouse pad so that I actually have one, so that's a really great idea, and I was like, I really need to buy myself a mouse pad. So this is a really great idea. If you, like, know someone loves, like, Eternal Witness or something, you can find an Eternal Witness, like, playmat or something, or a mouse pad, which I thought was a good idea. And if you know someone like me who's needed a mouse pad, get them a Magic related one with, like, some awesome art. Okay, the fourth thing, I am so excited that I found this, because I was looking at, like, altars and stuff like that, and then I think of just, like, retweets and stuff on Twitter, I found Inkling Customs, which this will be listed in the down bar below, and I was, like, messaging her, and I was like, hey, like, I'm looking, like, I want to get, my boyfriend, like, a token, actually an experience counter, because he has, like, a Marin deck, and I was like, I really want to get him, like, an experience counter, but, you know, that's, like, not, like, that was something I'd have to really get, like, commissioned, and her custom tokens are $6. They're super affordable, and she does like, a chibi sketch of, like, a character, so I ended up getting Paul, just like, a really classic Han Solo pose. It's gonna be, like, a chibi Han Solo. It's gonna be adorable, and then it's gonna say experience counter on it, and then I got myself a Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts one, because I was like, they're $6, like, I'm gonna buy myself one too, so, and if I like them, I'll definitely be buying more, but I'll post them on Twitter once I get them. This video, I think, should be going up, like, before I get them, but I'm not too sure with when they're gonna ship. Something I will note about that is, like, they're gonna take time, so if you are, like, gonna get it, like, soon, it may not be in time for Christmas, but I'm always just like, whatever, you can always just, like, mail it to someone if you if you like if you miss seeing them or something like that, or you just tell them like, hey, this item didn't come in time. Like I feel like there's always like this rush, it has to be there for Christmas, but I'm like, just give it to them a couple days later. It's not a big deal. So yeah, that's really great. I can't really contest for like the quality or anything like that, but like from the designs that I've seen, they look really amazing. And also there's a ton of like, if you don't want to get a custom one, there's a ton of tokens for like literally 50 cents, which is amazing. And there's a bunch that are foil that are like $1. So I would definitely check out that website and potentially get some customs. And what I like about that too is like, if you're shopping for multiple people, you can get them like, you can get multiple tokens for multiple people or get a couple for each person. And then those are great. And then you could do like a pack or something like that. And like, boom, there you go. That's like someone's gift. So that is that. And the last one, this kind of has multiple parts, I would say, to it, is like singles. And someone on Twitter like asked me like, can you talk about like how you go about getting singles and like what that looks like? And I thought that was a really great idea. And I don't know if I'm gonna fully go in depth in this video because I think that'd be a really good solo video about like how I purchase Magic cards. And that's something I have been wanting to film. So that will come. I'll put that on my list and that'll be something I want to do. But I purchase my singles from my local game store, Mage's Sanctum, if I can. But if I can't because they don't have the card that I'm looking for, I use TCG Player. I've used TCG Player for like years. They're just like so easy. They're so straightforward. They have a ton of people selling their cards, so it just makes it like I'm always really gonna find like realistically what I ever need. There was literally, I can remember one time that I wanted this obscure 30-cent Magic card that like was sold out that I couldn't find, but like other than that, it was like Hellcats Blitz or like something like that. Please let me know if you know what that card is. It's like a red card where you like sack lands, then you get 2/2 cat elementals or something weird like that. It's like the weirdest Magic card ever. No one probably knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that was like the one time I couldn't find a card. But yeah, TCG just has like everything, but I mean, you can use whatever you want, like Channel Fireball, Star City Games, like anything. They'll have like a ton of stuff. But that's pretty much how I purchase them, and I like it because you can like optimize your cart, so you can like potentially put all the items in your cart and then they like figure out like the best deal for you, which is like really cool. So I've definitely saved, even if it is like a couple of dollars, I've saved money on cards, which is super awesome. So what I would say is kind of like a rule of thumb is like if I'm going to purchase singles for someone. First off, it's really hard to purchase singles for someone because for Paul it's easy because like I can literally just go across the hall in his office and be like, cool, Paul needs these cards. But like if you're getting cards for friends, it can be kind of hard because you're like, hey, I don't know what cards you already have in foil, or like whatever that person's style is. If they're like, I love like foil Japanese cards, which is like me, like, you know, what cards are you like interested in? It can be really tough. But what I do a lot of times is I like to pay attention to like what cards people say they need, because they'll be like playing game EDH and they're like, oh, I really need this card, and I'd be like, write it down. And that's something like I always like to do. And I've definitely like surprised to people before. I've been like, oh, you mentioned this one time that you needed this card, and here you go, I got it for you. So that's something I try to do. Foil commanders, someone had suggested that last year, and I think that's a really great idea. Like, I do think if you're like not sure about what to get someone, like a foil commander is a really great idea. Or just a card that like, one thing that I think is a good rule of thumb are like EDH staples. If you're someone who plays EDH, like cards that you know that person, you know, you're like, whoa, I think they have a million foil of Soul Ring or something, but you just get them another foil Soul Ring, and it's like, cool, great. Like, things like that. Lands, I always feel like mana bases are a really good idea to get as like gifts, because that's something that, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like mana base is not something I usually, it's now something I'm prioritizing, but it's not something I usually do. So, and my last kind of bit with this card, well, I guess actually one more thing about that first is I would say just to really, if you're buying singles for someone, really just know, like, if they like a specific art, if they like a specific artist, if they like time-stamped cards, if they like cards in a different language, if they like foils, if they like full art lands, like, I think really knowing their style is really important. So that is that. And the last kind of thing I will say about singles is I just recently discovered this because I was like asking about altars, because this is when I was like trying to figure out what I was getting Paul, and I kind of got him a couple of things that are not all over the place, but like I didn't just get him Magic cards, and so I bought him like other stuff. So I was figuring out what to get him, and then I was like, guys, I think I want to get him like an altar, which I didn't end up getting any altars for Christmas, or I'm not going to, but I'm definitely going to get him stuff like in the future. And I found this Facebook group because like someone recommended this Facebook group, and they were like, oh, it's like MTG alter and fan art community on Facebook, and you can like ask for commissions there, or you can like see, and some people like just post like cards that they've done that they've gotten commissioned before, so you can definitely pull inspiration from that. But this is a really great place because if you're a Commander player like me, you know that there are some cards that just don't come in foil because they've only ever come in like Commander sets, so it's like a bummer. You're like, whoa, what am I gonna do? But you really want that card, something special about it where it's just not the plain card. You can get like an alter, which is really good, or if there's like someone's commander has never come in foil, you get them like an altered commander. What I will say about alters is they're really expensive, so they're definitely a more higher end thing. If you're just looking at border extensions on cards, which is like you have your card and then the art just goes out all the way, like that's gonna be like $25. That's honestly like the lowest I've seen, so they are quite expensive. And if you're gonna get something like a foil altered planeswalker or like commander, like they're gonna be like $100. They're really expensive, but it makes sense. Like someone's putting a lot of like effort into like this one creative piece for you, and it's really personal, and it's gonna take a long time, so I totally understand that. But there's also this other artist, NSJ. I follow her on Twitter and Facebook, and she does amazing alters, and they're pretty reasonably priced. Like the most I've seen her alters are like maybe like $50, and she does amazingly beautiful alters, and she also does a lot of like charity like alters, which is really cool. So she like donates some of the profits to charity, so she's a really great artist and I like her a lot. But I'll list stuff in the down bar below if you are like, hey, I missed that thing. That's okay. I'll list stuff in the down bar. But guys, that is it. I hope this video was helpful, giving you some Holiyay. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but gift guide tips, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.